Unbelievable. Hi. Hello. What's your name? Carissa. Nice to meet you, Carissa. You better get ready because you're going to be signing some happy shit today. Just before we go, can we turn the house lights up again? Because I want to put this online because I'm a big geek myself. Ready? Start out really quiet. Ready? I want everybody just to say nothing. Oh wait, it won't go to video. Ready? Here we go. And I'll count backwards from 3. When you get to 0, then just go nuts. Ready? 3, 2. Yeah! Great guys, thank you very much, thank you. Well, it's great to be back, 2nd year in Phoenix, it's awesome. To see the con grow and grow and grow, you know, like the phoenix from the ashes.
Yeah!
Yeah, you gotta keep moving, girl, come on, Senator, keep moving. I'm gonna get you to sign some good stuff later, don't you worry. All of you who've seen my panels, you know that I like to have a great time. I can hit a little hard sometimes, I can be a little soft, that's what I like, you know? We're never soft in our house. Right, Scotty? Anyway. By the way, Scott's down here in the front looking at me like, oh my God, don't with the skinny waist and the big shoes. What? On my back? Really? Oh no, no! No underpants this year.
No!
No! Last year was underpants. I got, oh, you're sitting in your underpants right there. That was a view that I haven't seen in a long time. And by the way, you need to shave. Do you see him? There he is there, look! Look at that! Excuse you. You know what I like in the panels to really have a good time. Everybody cut loose, anything goes. You can ask anything you want. Line up for your questions. I'm sure you're already there. I kind of feed off of you guys. We feed off of each other. You know what's really kind of sad? Like about 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, I'm down at my booth, and there was like only 4 people there. And I looked at Kelsey, who works with me, and I looked at Scott, and I went, do you think I should come back next year? Because there's nobody here. And she went, honey, you're okay. They've been waiting for 3 hours to get into your panel. So I expect to see you all down there. Great, so we're just going to start with the first question. From which side? Over this side? Oh, here. Hi.
Hi. My name is Allison, and I am a big fan of Doctor Who. And
talking about Arrow.
Sort of a fan of Arrow.
All right, sit down then.
My question is, what's which one is your favorite character?
My favorite character.
Is it Jack?
Yeah. Obviously, I know who your favorite is. Well, your name's Allison, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Allison, for me, I really never answer favorite questions because once I say who my favorite is, that means that I'm stuck. They'll always say, well, you can't say this is your favorite, this is your best. But I'll tell you right now I know that you love Jack Harkness. Jack Harkness was the one who, I love Malcolm Merlyn. I like being a bad guy. I like playing Jack Harkness because he was a hero. But Jack Harkness changed my life. Captain Jack and all of you guys out there who love Captain Jack Harkness, you've given me the life that I have always dreamed of. And to that I say thank you very, very much. And get watching Arrow, damn it!
I'll go.
Yes.
Hi, Philip. I know there's a lot of Whovians out here, but I'm not getting into that. I'm going with Arrow.
Good, good. Hey, we're all one big happy family. Who likes who? Who likes Arrow? We all come together and have one great big party.
Yeah!
Second to last episode, while you were in the train station, you had a green vial necklace.
Yes.
Was that the Miracle?
I'm not telling you what it was, but because
We'll come in season 3.
Spoilers!
my real name's Elphaba. And he's gonna drink it, and everything's gonna be wicked! I can't tell you.
Okay.
But that little green vial is there for a reason.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
In Doctor Who, whose idea was it to come up with for Jack Harkness to be immortal, like can't die?
Oh, I think, well, that was Russell. Russell T. Davies, who wrote the series. Russell had, unlike American TV series, where they do have a little bit of an idea what they're going to do for the entire series, in Britain, when you make them, you have to have it written. So the tweaking gets done as you're going along, but it's not like in some episodic television where they don't know what the next episode is going to be until, you know, they're writing it as we go. So I think he had the idea that Jack was going to be immortal, or maybe it came up at the last minute because I was only expected to be in 5 episodes of Doctor Who, and that was in with the 9th Doctor with Chris Eccleston. And when I, you know, all of a sudden I wanted to play Jack as somebody that you didn't really like. And that worked because people didn't like him at first. They thought, who's this selfish, arrogant, you know, butthead who's kind of thinking about himself, and he's caused mummy situation, you know, ruined everything. But then all of a sudden, they, you know, as the time went on, the different episodes, as I got the scripts, I was reading them and going, I really want to make him likable. I want to change him. I want him to be part of the team. And that was what the scripts were saying. So then all of a sudden I got the script and I turned the page and went, and he dies. And I thought, you know, I hadn't even turned the next page. I thought, well, I've been in Doctor Who. It's been a lifelong dream, childhood dream. Here I am. I've played a hero. I've been a character that's gone from A and gone to Z and turned himself around, and he's now liked by the British public. And then I went, oh, okay, just let's see what happens. And I turn it and it goes, and he comes back to life. So I knew that if they left me, and then I was pulled in for a meeting and they said, you know, we're going to have, we want you to be in more, but we have to establish David Tennant as the Doctor because Jack's a very strong character. It would be unfair to bring a new Doctor in and have you kind of dominating, although I would love that over David Tennant. So that was why in the first part of David's reign as Doctor, I wasn't involved and I was brought back in. And then there was the clash between them and the figuring stuff out. And my favorite scene working with David, one of the ones, is the one that Russell wrote when I am inside the nuclear facility. And we're looking, and the whole thing is done through a door with a window. And he's telling me you're wrong and da-da-da. And I'm explaining to him about why I do what I do and that I can give myself up for anything. And blah, blah, blah. And that was the first time both of them come together. And the Doctor then goes, all right, I'm going to take you on board and we're going to deal with this. So, yeah, I don't know if I answered your question, but that's how it all came about, really. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
My question do you plan on doing more work with Misha Collins?
Put it this way, I haven't worked with Misha Collins yet, but I intend to one day. He may not know it yet, but no, I'm gonna get involved with his, he does a scavenger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I said I would do this at the last con I was at, but I really don't know what it involves, and a lot of you guys have been coming up to me at the table and stuff and telling me, which is great, but I need to get a team together of people. Any volunteers? We will have a team Barrowman, and they will do a scavenger. I will kind of moderate the whole thing and make sure it's all done, because I really don't have the time to run around and build dinosaurs out of maxi pads. I just don't. Right? But I love the idea that those are the kind of crazy things he comes up with, because in a way, that's like me, a bit crazy. So just if you hit my website, if you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, any of the social media sites, please keep checking it out, because if you want to be part of the team, I'm sure the spaces are going to go very quickly, okay? And I want representation from all over the country or all over the world. Got it? Yeah. By the way, I love Misha. He's called my Misha man. Yes?
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I love you.
I love that you love me.
Okay.
I love you, and you love me all the time.
I just wanted to ask, like, between the cast and team of Doctor Who and Torchwood, which one did you enjoy more?
Really? Really? They were both two different experiences, because on Doctor Who, I was one of the team, and David was the leader. And I was able to go into Doctor Who and kind of, in a nutshell, just to use this term, let my hair down and be fun and have a good time, while we got the work done. But I'm also saying, as the character of Captain Jack, Jack didn't have so much responsibility on his shoulders. However, in Torchwood, I was the leader of the pack. And I was responsible for everybody around me, and also the same in the show. It was my show, and I was the leader, and treated it that way. So each of them have a really good, kind of taste for me of different types of things. And that was the thing, as an actor, being able to play Jack, who was on Doctor Who was roguish, flirtatious, Captain Jack Harkness. Nice to meet you. All that stuff. It was just great. And then on Doctor Who, it's like, on Torchwood, it's like, get out of my way, or I will kill you. Right? So completely two different characters, two different groups of people, and both equally as fun. The thing that's great about the Doctor Who world, once you are in it, and for those of you who have dreams about being in it, keep dreaming, because it can happen. It happened to me. Never thought it would. Boy, doing musical theater in the West End and on Broadway, and all of a sudden, there I am, one of the iconic characters now in Doctor Who. You're a part of the Doctor Who family for the rest of your life. And those of you who watch it, you're all part of it too. Oh my gosh. Hi. So, just tilt the mic down a little bit, sweetheart.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hi, John.
Hi.
I was the girl who asked dibs on you last year, and how's the marriage going?
Well, how's the marriage going? Well, now you've grown up. I don't know, you want to ask Scott that question? How's it going, Scott? He's going great. It's going really well. I mean, it's really nice that a lot of states, like Wisconsin yesterday, finally, it was overturned, basically. But what I find really interesting is that, I think it's the Attorney General for Wisconsin, Mr. Valhallen is his name, otherwise known as Buttface. He immediately decided, I want to put a stop to it, and I want to reverse it. And so he ran around like a chicken with his head cut off, saying, I'm going to stop it, we're not going to let this happen. And you know what? Just sit down and shut up, because it's going to happen everywhere. You all need to be vocal about it in this state because it needs to happen in Arizona.
Equal rights for all.
The reason it needs to happen is because we are two men who are so happy that we can celebrate our lives together and celebrate the love that we have for each other. And
Can I still be a princess?
can you be our princess?
Yeah, remember the carriage and the... Remember?
Yeah, I know. I have my own princess carriage. I just never pull it out of the garage. Yeah, but it's a way for, you know, for us, we finally are now able to celebrate who we are and the love we have for each other and not try to hide it or be ashamed of it. And that's the way it should be all over the world. Your generation, because that's the way you feel, your generation will make the biggest changes in the world. And don't we forget it.
Equal rights for all.
Yes. Hi, Doctor.
Hey.
Hey. Nice pass.
Thank you.
Why am I doing this an awful lot lately? As I get older, am I getting camper? Am I getting gayer? That ain't possible. Yes.
So, was there any particular event in your childhood that made you really just attracted to sci-fi as a genre and want to be a part of it?
Yes, I was abducted by aliens. I love that. I was interviewed in a TV show. What got you attracted to sci-fi? Well, I was probed by aliens when I was 9. And I thought it was one of the most, ethereal experiences. And while I was on the planet, I felt my true inner alien was amazing. Amazing. They'd be like, what? But you'd all get it, wouldn't you? My earliest sci-fi memory is when I was about 7, 8 years old, maybe 6, and I was in Glasgow, Scotland, where I was born. And yeah, all right, good, you'll sail Glasgow. So I watched Doctor Who like every other kid my age every Saturday night, and I watched it like this from behind the sofa. Slightly scared, but slightly excited because of what was happening. And I remember the first one that I saw, I think it was with John Pertwee, and the Autons. The original, it was John Pertwee, wasn't it? Yeah. The original Autons, which were, for those of you who don't know, shop mannequins. They were extremely frightening because they were the 60s shop mannequins, and they stood there and then the fingers just dropped and they killed people. My mother, when I was that age, had to hide me in her coat when we were walking along the high street in front of stores. And I said, no, Mom, I'm not doing that. Come on, son, I'm not going in front of the shop because the dummy's going to shoot me. It won't shoot you. No, because there's no doctor. He's going to shoot me, Mom. I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. She'd come to me and go, that was my first. But what was really exciting to me was 30 odd years later, the first revamp of Doctor Who was the first episode. What was it? It was the Autons. So, and I was already told I was going to be in the series, and I'm like, yes! If it's the Autons, it means that I'm going to get Daleks, and then I'm also going to get Cybermen, and I'm going to get all sorts of aliens and creatures! So that was my first memory of sci-fi, and from that point on, I was like, Space 1999, the original Battlestar Galactica. One of my favorite memories of sci-fi is Buck Rogers in the 25th century. Get this. I used to watch Buck Rogers as a kid, and now the lady who looks after me at all of the Comicons, Erin Gray, who's Wilma Deere. The only woman who didn't have camel toe in that show. It was amazing. And for those of you who don't know what that is, happy journey home, moms and dads. Explain that one. And if it's a boy, we call it a moose hoof. point, all right? So yes, that was...
So, can I ruffle your hair?
No. If you touch this hair, your hand will crack. There's so much product in it, it doesn't move. You can touch it. Go ahead. Do you want to do my armpit hair? Don't have any. Sorry, I've got allergies and my nose is running. Do you mind if I blow my nose?
You could probably sell it.
Ready?
Yes.
Right, that'll be on eBay in about an hour. Donating to charity. Oh, yeah, like that frightened you. Next, yes.
Hello.
Hello, darling.
So,
You forgot your question, didn't you? Too busy being cool, saying hello.
so exciting. But, if you could play any character in the entire show, who would you be?
If I could...
In Doctor Who. Sorry.
If I could be?
Or play.
Well, I don't need to play anyone. I'm one of the best ones there is. However, I did ask Russell, and I wasn't able to fit it in when I was doing Torchwood. I asked him if I could be in again, remind me, there's been so many, the episode where Rose and the Doctor go to Torchwood in the tower.
Oh, yeah.
Name of the episode. Army of Ghosts. Is it Army of Ghosts? Doomsday. Okay, hold on, everybody shouting at once. Don't scream at me. I don't remember the name of it. One person. Okay, the Army of Ghosts, and then second part was Doomsday. Got it? Lovely, we're all happy. Okay, so for me, I said to Russell, please, can I be in a Cyberman outfit? No, we didn't. We didn't have time. I wasn't able to do it. I always wanted to be in a Cyberman's outfit.
We would match.
Well, I know we would, because you're cyber. Yeah, so that never happened, because one of the aliens or monsters, as I called them as a kid, who I never got to fight when I was in Doctor Who, and I'm very sad about it, was the Cybermen. Because the Cybermen, Daleks, Davros, Sontarans, and also, what was the other one?
Slovene?
No, Slovene. I love the Slovene, yeah. Lon Felfach. That was the other thing. Russell, when we used to get into the trailer, we'd come in the trailer every morning and it would be either David, Billy, me, or it would be David, me, or Billy, depending on Billy and I who got in first and got up early enough. And we would come in and we'd sit down and we'd be in the makeup chairs, and we all had, our own makeup artists, and the guy who did David's hair did my hair for Doctor Who, but I had someone simple for Torchwood. It's getting really technical now, but the point is, we're all sitting in the makeup trailer, and when you'd always know the day when someone had a lot to say, because that person would not talk. They'd have the script in front of them like that, and we called that line fear. Because Russell, that first day with the Slovene episode, that was my day! Hello! And guess what I had to say every other sentence? Rexicoricofallapatorius. And to this day, I will never forget Rexicoricofallapatorius. And I said to Russell, what do you do that for? And he went, did it deliberately.
Can I high five you?
Sorry?
Can I high five you?
Can you high five me? Sure. But hurry up, because there's all these people want more questions. Thank you very much, sweetheart. Yay! Yes.
So we actually have a question over here in the front row.
Good. Hi.
Hello, John.
How are you?
Awesome, thank you.
Good.
So is it boxers, briefs, or commando?
You just want to get my pants off, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Well, I have to say, it's not boxers because I don't like it so loose. It's not boxer briefs because I have a tendency it falls out of the leg. It's briefs, because it's all held snugly together. Like one big happy banana boat.
Now, does Scott have the same problem?
Scott has the same problem, thank God. And I'll tell you one thing, because we're similar in size, I mean physically, he wears a lot of my clothes. Scott never clothes shops. I just buy stuff and he wears it, right? But the thing I don't like is he wears my underwear sometimes. Yes, and then when and this is the problem you don't have in a heterosexual household, except sometimes on a Friday night when you're getting kinky. So he puts my underwear, and I can always tell. You know why? Because the left side is always stretched. I'll leave that up to your imagination. Isn't it? And then Scott also, I'm going to let one of your secrets out, Scott. I'm sorry. I wear my briefs, normal way, right? With the writing on the outside and the lines, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
I wear Banana Republic briefs. I just like them, okay? I like them. It makes me feel like I'm in an 80s porn movie. Scott takes the briefs and he turns them inside out because he doesn't like the lettering on his skin or the lines to mark. I know. And then he dresses one way and he stretches them one way, and then I have to put them on and it's like, no thank you. It's like a marble ball in a bowling bag. So. Why do you think we've been together for 21 years? Today, isn't it? Or next week. 21 years next week. Good. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome. What kind of knickers do you wear? Or are you going commando? Don't answer that. You can't talk because that means you're necking underneath that. Yes.
So, as a stage actor as well, what is the nerdiest thing that you got to perform on stage?
The nerdiest thing I got to perform on stage?
Yes.
I've never really done anything nerdy. I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm a nerd every day of my life, so why do I want to play it on stage? I haven't played any nerdy characters. Scott, any nerdy characters I've played? Anybody remember any? Oh, The Intruder, yes! Many of you have not seen this. He was gay nerdy. Like, really gay nerdy. It was a character called The Intruder, and it was on a TV show called Al Murray's, I can't remember the name of it now. Al Murray was his name. Look it up online. Look, John Barrowman, gay Nazi intruder. I say no more. That was outrageous. It was outrageous and silly, yes. But nerdy characters, I really don't, haven't played any nerdy characters. I'd love to, but I don't know how I would play them because you wouldn't want to be a stereotype because we're all completely different. I mean, this room is filled with nerds and geeks, and look at us, we're all different. So I really kind of have to choose how to do it, and that's the one thing I love about Big Bang Theory. You got all the nerds, all represented different, and it's just amazing. Sorry, no nerds. Have you played a nerd?
Yes, I have.
You have? Oh, well, yeah, but then cosplay is different than actual playing someone on stage.
I've done Dr. Horrible before.
Oh, you have?
Yes, I have.
Excellent, excellent. Well, you make a good looking one. Don't bat those eyes at me unless you're over 18. You are. Bat away, bat away. Yes.
So first of all, I'm 21.
You are.
And congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So you've been together as long as I am old.
Oh,
so cute.
Really a great way to start off your afternoon. Would you like my shoe to put it in your mouth?
That would be wonderful. Anything.
It would be wonderful. You're my kind of girl.
Second thing, you're wearing the shirt from my favorite 2 episodes of Doctor Who, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, my question question is, if you were in the Harry Potter universe and you attended Hogwarts, what house would you be in?
I'd create my own house. It would be called Gryffindor. You can be in my house, whether you're Gryffindor or not, just because you want a shoe in your mouth. You're welcome. By the way, I love Harry Potter, and the Harry Potter books, when they first came out in the UK, I got first editions of every single one of them for our nieces and nephews, and I gave the Harry Potter books to them, and that was one of the inspirations that when my sister and I were a family cabin in northern Wisconsin, and we were, all the adults are down at the beach, drinking and having, swimming, and I was going to say having sex, but they weren't. That would be like, ooh, family. Dad, what are you doing? So we're all down there, and all of a sudden we looked at each other, all the adults, and we went, where are the kids? And we snuck back up to the cabin, and they were all inside the cabin reading the Harry Potter books. And so my sister and I said, wouldn't it be great to create something that would be like that would capture the imagination of kids, and blah, blah, blah. And that was one of the reasons that the Hollow Earth series that my sister and I write was born. So, yay, Harry Potter! And Daniel Radcliffe. I love him. I was rehearsing a show, I was doing my Tonight's the Night TV show that I produced for the BBC with them, rehearsing next door, and Daniel was next door rehearsing for How to Succeed in Business. And the guy who was the assistant choreographer was in Chicago with me, and he came in the room and he said, just wanted you to know, and if you want to pop in, there's a big fan of yours next door. And I'm like, okay, thinking, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't know who was in the room, and I come knocking on the door thinking I'm going to make someone's day. Knock, 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 open the door, and I'm like, ah! And he goes like that, Mr. Barrowman. And I said, you're still underage, but I will not kiss you. Call me when you're 21. Right, he's a gorgeous guy, really, really down to earth, and one of those young men who's, again, himself, really doing a lot of great work within the industry, and I'm a huge fan, so anyway, yes.
Oh my god, I'm still getting from the hug I got from you in the photo booth yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
I give good hugs, don't I?
Yes, you really do. Before I ask you my question, I want to know, what would the colors for Gryffindor be?
Who?
Your house that you want to make.
Gryffindor would be, they would be pink, they would be orange, there'd have to be blue, okay, and white, okay? Pink, orange, blue, and white, somebody make a flag. Pink, orange, blue, and white, somebody make a flag. All I can say. Sign that one.
My question is that some of us in the room sadly have not had the opportunity to hear you sing. So could you sing?
Difficult because a lady came up to me yesterday and she said, I'd love to hear you sing this particular song if someone asked you to sing, but it's a very melancholy song, and I'd have to then pick the whole room up and dab off the tears and all that after it. But I'm always, someone says that's okay. I'm depressed today, that's fine, I can cry. It's always weird to sing off the cuff and not know off the top of my head what to sing. Sing La Cage, the whole show? One sec. No, I'm not singing Happy Birthday.
Oh, but my birthday was on Wednesday.
What?
My birthday was on Wednesday.
I don't care. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You look a day over 60. Just kidding. Just 1 second. I'm going to ask. So raise your hand here if you know what song you'd like me to sing. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. What would you? Well then. Oh my God! You've known all along. You didn't say. What's wrong with you?
So many things.
And you know what? Same with all of us.
I'm a huge Mel Brooks fan, so I would like you to sing.
No. no freaking way I'm singing Springtime for Hitler. It's gonna be like that. It was okay to sing it in the movie, but not in this situation because it would go down. This would be a room of haters if I did that. Me singing that, you all cheering? Wrong. I was also asked to sing that, get this, in Germany. At a con in Germany, I'm like, are you mad? They're like, well, it would be very funny. I'm like, I would. Really, it would. Look what's happened in Germany today. Not good. So yeah, and yes, either blue.
You're the top from Anything Goes.
Okay, all right. At words poetic, I'm so pathetic that I always have found it best, instead of getting them off my chest, to let them rest unexpressed. I hate parading my serenading, as I'll probably miss a bar. But if this ditty is not so pretty, at least it'll tell you how great you are. You're the top, you're the Colosseum, you're the top, you're the Louvre Museum. You're a melody from a symphony by Strauss. You're a Bendel bonnet, a Shakespeare sonnet, you're Mickey Mouse. You're the Nile, you're the Tower of Pisa, you're the smile on the Mona Lisa. I'm a worthless check, a crazy wreck, a flop, but if baby I'm the bottom, you're the top. That wasn't bad. You're welcome, you're very generous. That was a good